What you are about to hear may completely change your life. It might challenge everything you thought you knew about why you struggle financially. For some of you, this may be the moment your entire perspective shifts forever. And if you ignore it, you may never understand the hidden wisdom that can unlock a completely different path for you. Poverty, hardship, and financial struggle are not always signs that you are failing. In fact, they might be one of the clearest signs that Allah's mercy is covering you in a way you have never realized. If you are watching this, it may not be a coincidence. This message might be sent to you by Allah at this exact moment to wake your heart and remind you of something life-changing. So stay with me until the end, because if you miss this, you might miss a lesson that could transform your relationship with wealth, with hardship, and most importantly, with Allah Himself. And before we begin, I want you to write in the comments, "I love Allah," so that together we fill this space with remembrance and let this message reach thousands more who need to hear it. Sometimes we believe that having more money will automatically bring happiness. We imagine that if only our bank accounts were full, our lives would be perfect. But the reality is that wealth without guidance can destroy a person. Poverty is not always a curse. In many cases, it is a shield. It is a mercy. It is a divine form of protection that only Allah fully understands. Have you ever wondered why you work hard, pray for wealth, and grab every opportunity you can, yet the money just doesn't come? Why every time you're close to a breakthrough, something happens to push it away? It's easy to think this is bad luck, or that maybe Allah has forgotten you. But what if the truth is the exact opposite? What if this is not a punishment at all, but one of the deepest forms of Allah's protection and mercy over your life? Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear could completely change the way you see your struggles. Islam teaches us that wealth is both a blessing and a test, a gift that can be beautiful in the right hands, but dangerous in the wrong heart. Allah warns us clearly, and know that your wealth and your children are but a trial. When wealth settles in the heart, it can inflate the ego, make you forget your humble beginnings, and create a false sense of control. Psychologists call this the illusion of invulnerability, the dangerous belief that nothing can go wrong because we feel secure in our possessions. This is why some people change completely when their bank balance grows. They may stop praying on time, start looking down on others, or begin chasing more money at the expense of their soul. If Allah knows that giving you more wealth right now could distance you from Him or trap you in arrogance, He may hold it back, not to deprive you, but to protect you. After all, would you place a sharp knife in the hands of someone not ready to handle it? One of the reasons Allah may be keeping you in a state of financial struggle is to protect you from arrogance and pride. Wealth has a way of making people forget their dependence on Allah. It can make hearts hard. It can make the soul believe that it is self-sufficient. And once that feeling enters a person, they begin to see themselves as better than others, forgetting that every blessing they have is from Allah alone. Poverty, on the other hand, keeps a person's heart humble. It forces them to remember every day that without Allah they have nothing. This humility is more valuable than gold, because arrogance can destroy your place in the hereafter, while humility can raise you to the highest ranks in paradise. Another reason Allah may be keeping you poor is to protect you from the spiritual dangers that often come with wealth. Money is a test, And for many, it is a far greater test than poverty. Wealth brings temptations, distractions, and opportunities to sin. Without strong faith, a person can easily be drawn into showing off, wasting money on things that displease Allah, or engaging in forbidden dealings. Many people believe they will handle wealth responsibly, but the truth is, only Allah knows the reality of our hearts. If He knows that having more money will lead you further from Him, He may hold it back out of mercy for you, not out of punishment. In times of financial struggle, something profound happens inside the heart of a believer. You start calling on Allah more. You make dua with sincerity, not as a habit, but as a lifeline. Your salah feels heavier, your tears more real. Allah says, "And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me." Hardship forces you to let go of illusions of control. It teaches you to find peace not in your bank balance, but in the mercy of your Lord. Without struggle, some hearts grow distant from Allah, distracted by the comfort of this world. Wealth can make a person self-reliant, but poverty can make a person Allah-reliant. And sometimes that closeness is worth more than every treasure in this dunya. There is also the possibility that Allah is keeping you in a place of financial struggle to keep your heart connected to Him. Think about it. When life is easy, how often do people forget to pray with sincerity? How often do they neglect heartfelt supplication? Struggle has a way of making a believer's heart soft and dependent on Allah in a way comfort rarely does. Allah knows that sometimes hardship brings you closer to Him, while comfort can make you distant. So, if your poverty is keeping you close to Allah, then it is a hidden gift. The Prophet reassured us, no soul will die until it has received all its provision, even if it comes late. Your rizq is written in the preserved tablet. It cannot be taken by anyone else. And you will receive it at the exact time Allah has decreed. But His timing is not just about when you want it, it's about when you're ready for it. Psychologists speak about delayed gratification, how waiting builds maturity, discipline and wisdom in handling blessings. Maybe Allah is holding back wealth until it will serve you, not harm you. Until you've built the patience to protect it and the wisdom to use it for good. Sometimes the delay is not a no, it's a not yet. Because I love you. At times, Allah withholds wealth because He is preparing you for something greater. The delay is not denial. You might think you are ready to handle wealth, but perhaps Allah is shaping your character, teaching you patience, or building your resilience before giving you what you ask for. Every hardship you endure now may be part of the training for the blessings that are yet to come. If He gave it to you too soon, it might harm you, but if He gives it to you at the right time, it could become a source of goodness for you and others. Another deep reason could be that Allah is protecting you from being questioned about wealth you could not handle. On the day of judgment, every blessing will be questioned, and wealth is one of the most dangerous blessings in this regard. You will be asked how you earned it and how you spent it. Imagine standing before Allah, unable to answer because you spent money on things you should not have. Poverty removes this heavy responsibility from you. Sometimes poverty is a way Allah purifies a person from sins. Just as illness can erase sins, so can financial hardship. every tear you cry out of frustration, every moment you go to sleep hungry, every time you feel left out because you cannot afford something others have, all of it can become a source of forgiveness for you. And if you remain patient and content, Allah promises to reward you beyond measure in the hereafter. There is also the reality that poverty tests your sincerity in worship. When you have little, it is easy to see whether you truly worship Allah for His sake, or whether you only turn to Him when He gives you worldly comforts. It is a way of proving to yourself and to Allah that your faith is not tied to material gain, but to your love and trust in Him. We must also remember that true wealth is not the money in your hands, but the contentment in your heart. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, told us that richness is not having many possessions, but being content with what you have. Many people with millions are still miserable, chasing more, never satisfied. And many with very little live with peace and joy because they are grateful. If your poverty teaches you gratitude, then you may be richer in the sight of Allah than many wealthy people. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but why me? Why is my life so hard? This is where you must remember that Allah chooses specific tests for each person according to their capacity. If you are facing financial struggle, it is because Allah knows you can handle it and because He has written a wisdom in it for you that you may not yet see. Perhaps your patience in this world will place you among the highest ranks in paradise. Perhaps your struggle will inspire others. Perhaps your hardship is saving you from a worse fate. And here is something many overlook. When Allah keeps you in a humble financial position, it can protect your relationships. Wealth often brings fake friends and envious hearts. Poverty can protect you from being surrounded by people who only want to benefit from you. It reveals who truly loves you for who you are, not for what you can give them. If you understand this message deeply, it will change how you see your life. You will stop comparing yourself to others. You will stop feeling left behind when you see someone else's success. You will realize that your story is unique and your provision is written for you alone. No one can take it and no one can give you more or less than Allah has decreed. So, my dear brothers and sisters, if you are struggling financially right now, do not let shaitan fill your heart with despair. Instead, see your situation through the lens of faith. Ask Allah for ease, yes, but also thank Him for the protection you cannot see. Ask Him to give you wealth when it will be a mercy for you, and to withhold it when it would harm you. And most importantly, keep your heart connected to Him in every circumstance. I want you to think about this deeply. What if your current financial struggle is the very thing that will save you in the hereafter? What if it is the reason you enter paradise? What if this test is not meant to break you, but to build you? The moment you start seeing your poverty as a form of Allah's care, you will no longer feel poor. If this message touched your heart, do not keep it to yourself. Share it so that others may also find comfort in their struggles. And before you leave, write "I love Allah" in the comments. Let us fill this place with words of love for our Creator, so that more people are drawn to this reminder, and so that we build a community of hearts that are connected to Allah. If you ignore this, you might miss the chance to not only earn reward for yourself, but also to be the reason someone else's heart returns to Allah. This is not just a message. This could be the moment you begin to see your life differently. This could be the moment you stop feeling left out. Stop feeling like you are failing and start realizing that you are exactly where Allah wants you to be for a reason. Do not miss the wisdom hidden in your struggle. This understanding could change your life and perhaps even your eternity.